Morning everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the single biggest time-saving productivity hack you can do. It's probably only second to outsourcing your inbound communications. So welcome to another episode of my Runpreneur vlog on a horrible Saturday morning. It's windy, it's chucking it down. And to be honest with you, thankfully to this blog, it's held me accountable to coming to run today, because I committed to running this a run every day for a year and doing this vlog episode every day for a year. So yeah, thank you for holding me accountable. But so Saturdays are productivity hacks and mindset, what I talk about, and it's one of my favourite subjects. My whole philosophy and mantra on everything I do is trying to work smart and not hard. Use the power of leverage, use the power of outsourcing. Find the path of sorry, I'm slurring already because I'm so cold. Least resistance, which has always been the way I try and adopt my approach to things. And today I want to talk to you about educating your mind to process information at double speed. Now, sounds a bit crazy, and you don't have to do it straight off the bat. But everything I do, I try and look at ways I can hack and speed up the process. So I've got an avid interest in self-development, self-education. I say I read a lot of books. I read on average a book a week. I don't really read a book a week. I have an Audible subscription whereby I listen to a book on double speed every week. Now, most books are like 6 to 8 hours long in Audible format, and on double speed, obviously I can power through them in 4. So that means when I'm not vlogging, when I'm on my runs, when I'm in the car, or whatever, I can power through a good section of information. And a lot of people think, I can't process the information, and that is the case at the beginning. But your mind, it's amazing how much you can subconsciously process and how much information you can actually retain. And I don't suggest going from listening in normal speed to double speed overnight, but most of the apps and platforms that allow this functionality, you can up in stages. So you can go from normal speed to 1.25 to 1.5 to 1.75 to 2. In some instances, I almost listen on 2.5 times speed, but it takes a long while to kind of develop that skill set. But massive hack, not just in self-education in terms of book listening. Obviously podcasts, you can do the same. Podcasts can be a little bit different because normally when people are reading a book, they read slower, so 2 times speed is actually easy to listen to. Podcasts, people are just talking, and you get some people talk really quick. So even for me, there'll be podcasters that I listen to, Russell Brunson's a marketing guru who I follow, and I can't listen to him on a podcast in double speed. It has to be 1.5 times. So it's going to vary. But so Audible is great for audiobooks. Obviously, podcast app on Apple. I'm an Apple man, so you can obviously increase the speed on that. But we'll talk more about kind of asynchronous communication in another episode. But I used to do 20 hours of meetings a week at one point, with people remotely or in real life, and it's so counterproductive. So what I also do now is do a lot of video messaging, and the reason it's so powerful using an app like Loom, L for Lima, you can actually send someone a video, and I can watch that video in 2 times speed. So they might send me a 10-minute video describing something or giving me an update, and I can watch it in 5 minutes. So it's a instant time saving, 100% time saving, 50% time saving straight off the bat. So really useful way of communicating and cutting out wasted meetings and lots of wasted time on unnecessary calls, etc. The other one that I want to talk to you about is a Chrome extension app. There's probably quite a few of these, but the one I use is a Chrome extension app called Video Speed Controller. Okay, it just looks like a little red symbol with a fast forward sign, and that basically allows you to watch any any form of video in Chrome. I'm sure there's probably other extension apps you can use for other browsers if that's the case. But you can then watch any video in 2 times. Now I know things like YouTube you can already speed it up anyway, but a lot of things when you're watching webinars or landing pages and stuff like that, you can't speed it up. So another hack for you: I very, very rarely will watch anything live. I mean, more often than not, when it comes to webinars or courses online, people say, "Oh, you need to come into the live webinar, but register." They always send in the follow-up a replay. In fact, I think there's only one person I can think of who didn't. I contacted them direct, explained my reasons, and they sent me the replay anyway. So you never miss out. And you know, most of the webinars you can want to watch are generally sales-based, and you know, you think, "Oh, fear of missing out." I don't know one person, if you're really going to buy a service from them or a product from them. It does happen, but I certainly haven't experienced wanting to buy something and somebody refusing my money if I've watched something at a later date. So now there will be contraries to the rule, but in general. So again, I wouldn't get too caught up and worried about that. But what it now enables you to do, an hour and a half webinar, you can power through in like 45 minutes. And you get pretty good at, I don't take notes either. I take screen grabs, and I link with a note-taking piece of software called Evernote, which I'll talk to you about in more detail on another episode. But what I do with that is everything that I screen grab and send in there, it has OCR, optical character recognition technology, so it reads everything, which means everything's searchable. So I'm taking notes that are searchable without taking them. So again, another little hack there. So video speed recorder, super valuable for watching any form of video online. Some people do like to do audio notes and things when they're communicating, but I haven't found an audio voice note taking app where you can speed it up. So if anybody's got any suggestions, please let me know. But that's why I normally always stick to video and Loom. So that's my productivity hack for today. You know, the reason I say it's the single biggest time-saving productivity hack you can make, with the exception of outsourcing your inbound communications, which I'll talk to you about in another episode, because you think of the compounding impact. I'm generally watching video content every day. I try not to be distracted and watch, you know, distracting material. I try and, we all get distracted. I'm not saying I don't entirely, but I'm watching the majority of it's business related. Usually stuff around marketing, because that's becoming a student of marketing more and more every day. And the compounding effect of only spending half my time watching those videos every day and having communications with the team every day through video messaging and being able to speed that up to double speed, it's just the compounding impact is hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours constantly every week, every month. As you think about the compounding effect of that, where you can spend your time you've saved on your kind of highest value, you know, the one thing mentality, what's the one thing I can do today to get me one step closer to my goal tomorrow? You think the compounding impact of you making more progress on those bigger goals every day is huge. So please don't underestimate this. I mean, I reckon with all the books I've read or listened to every year, far better than I did a business studies degree, and I've learned so much more from audiobooks than I ever got from a business degree. I probably use maybe 10% of my business degree in my day-to-day life, which is scary considering I run multiple businesses and it is a business studies degree. So that's just my, we'll talk about the education system and the flaws of that on another day, but I hope that's been useful. A quick one today. I don't want to be out longer than I need to, because it's, even though I'm running, my hands are freezing and it's chucking it down. You don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's really windy. Chucking it down into my face, and I want to get home with some warm soup. So thanks for listening or watching, and if you have any questions, please engage, dislike if you want to, or give me feedback.